So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 38-yard line. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 38. And again, it's Mayfield. That's out to Chubb, complete. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
They're moving the ball through the air pretty well on this opening drive, and to me it was evident that they were set on doing exactly that here to get this game started. And their belief and determination is certainly paying off.
From the 2, here's 1st and goal. Mayfield with it once more. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the 1st half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's the first carry from Matt Breida. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. A 2nd and 11 from the 19. Now it's Watson. That'll be complete to Breida. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On first down, here's Breida. And the play goes nowhere. Luke. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Ronnie Harrison on the tackle. The tackle made back at the 39-yard line.
13 yards remaining on second down. Back to throw, Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Watson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
They're going for it. It's Watson. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down in the hands of the wrong team.
Following the interception, Mayfield. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup at 13 sets them up 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They toss it left side to Chubb. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And this Texans defense stands tall. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. So after a scoreless first quarter, we at least finally get some points on the board.
But it can't be what either of us expected, can it?
No, the safety's not what you expect for the first points of the game, but one of the goose eggs is gone. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. And he'll throw right away. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
Breida, the ball carrier.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line.
Breida, the ball carrier.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he goes out right around the 39. First down, Texans. Watson hooking up with Cooks. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Watson. He's going to let this one go deep. It's caught inside the 25. And down inside the 10 at the 9. A huge play there for Houston. 52 yards. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. Now it's Breida. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal. They run with Breida. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. After the interception, here's Watson. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And it's 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing again is Watson. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Watson. Flushed out right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 28 yards the game there on the catch and run. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's Breida. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the 1st half.
At the Browns' 10-yard line.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. This is Breida. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today.
A 31-yard attempt.
And this is no good. Close, but he misses just left of the upright. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Mayfield now. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Final play of the half, Mayfield. He's going to look deep for more. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Moore. As time expires in the first half. And once again, the Browns are back in front. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be, because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be 1st and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. And that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
They'll throw now on the final play. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. So we've reached halftime here. A score you don't see that often, 8-3. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. This will make it into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
21-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 38, Watson. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
That's good for him.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 33. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Watson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Out of the shotgun, Breida. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 18-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's brought down. The Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans have once again taken the lead. Now Watson, he's going to lead the Texans up to go for 2. They run it with Breida. And he'll get into the end zone to push the lead up to a field goal. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. That's caught inside the 20. And down to the 20. It's a big play there for the Browns. 45 yards.
1st down.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. They give the Chubb out of the gun. Shedding defenders at the 15. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They run it again with Chubb. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
Chubb again.
4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
2nd and goal.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? They set up the screen to Chubb. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and goal. From the gun, Mayfield. And he's got his tight end. It's Hooper for the Browns touchdown. Austin Hooper. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to regain the lead. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On 1st and 10, Watson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. He's got it at the 15. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play that time through the air. 52 yards. Back now in Houston. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
It's a loss of 5.
So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Watson. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Credit that break up to Greedy Williams.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
For the lead, here's 3rd and goal. Watson now to throw. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion. What you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. I guess the good news as they start this drive is that they still do have the lead, Charles. If their defense hadn't been able to hold them to a field goal on the other side, they'd be down. But now it's about preserving that very small lead.
It is preserving and maybe stretching it out a little bit. Because if you're a starter on that side of the ball, I certainly hope you didn't loosen up your shoulder pads or start to cut the tape off. Because if you did it way too soon. They've got to go back out there with renewed vigor, for lack of a better term, and also a good plan. They need points, and they need them now.
On 2nd down, Mayfield again. And finding the tight end Hooper.
Mayfield's pass.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. 2nd down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. And he's taken down at the 43. But not before picking up the 1st.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Browns.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
First down.
Chubb. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and...
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
David Moore.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with second and goal coming up.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll give it to Chubb, and he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb, his 19th touchdown now on the season, and the Browns add 6 to their lead.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt-away-the-game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Now it's Watson. He hits Gronkowski on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. 2 yards, good enough for a first. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a desperation throw, deep depth, and this is caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds. downs right there. That one goes for 30 yards.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback, and he put it right where it needed to be.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there in the final minute. And now the Texans are within a 2-point conversion of tying up this game. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll try and run it in. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Now Hunt on the return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Watson now to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
The kicker on for the point after.
In a tie game 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run. Read it and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their base. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Intercepted by the Browns. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10.
Texans.
Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Browns, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Houston, they fall to 8-6 with the loss.